That was me. No, I'm just playing.
First of all,
on the beat.
Yes.
So,
What's up, y'all? What's up?
Happy Tuesday.
Welcome back.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
If you didn't notice, Kiara is not here. That is not Kiara.
That is not.
But we have a special guest with us today. Obviously, special guest. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Well, first of all, I appreciate y'all having me.
Looking like a tangerine.
Like a tangerine.
So wait, is that a double hit?
Get on you, yo. We're gonna get back to this, yo.
Right.
But yeah, I'm Jordan Tolbert, mental health advocate, professional athlete, musician, artist, creative, whatever.
Yeah.
I believe the professional athlete because you walked up in here about 7 feet tall.
Man, I'm like, God.
Oh, yeah. I seen it when he came through the door downstairs. I was like,
you did.
I seen them shoulders from
Vertically
right here, so I knew he
inclined.
was tall. He had that suave.
He hit you with the shoulders.
Yeah.
Understood.
It happens, man. It happens.
So today, y'all, we are reading in between the lines. I don't know, for those of you that are on social media, probably everybody here got a Facebook. Yeah. Okay, well, there is a story not too long ago about a woman from Virginia, a 34-year-old woman who was caught on video. She had ran her husband or soon-to-be ex-husband over with the car. Not only did she run him over with the car, but as he was laying there unconscious, she threw the whole bumper at him. The whole bumper.
Damn.
Yeah. And then she spit on him. And when they asked her, first of all, during the video, she was saying stuff like, I gave you 18 years. So obviously you would allude to he was probably either cheating or was leaving her. So it turns out he was wanting to leave her. So when she asked why she did what she did, her response was, I'm going to show you what it's like to leave your wife.
She took that from death till death do us
part.
part.
Literal.
So I'm glad you said that. I saw a lot of women who were siding with her and basically saying like, yeah, I would have did the same thing. Like, free her type shit. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree. I don't agree, but I do know that there's a lot of hurt that people deal with or sacrifice, and she probably felt like she sacrificed her whole life for this man, and now he just walk out.
Yeah, she was fully invested into him. I mean, like I said, that was her husband. So in her mind, that was the only man for her. That was going to be the man for her forever. So she felt like, you finna take what I build and give it to somebody else to leave me? But
on top of it, she might have lost herself. She probably didn't have nothing going. He probably had everything going. Everything was put into him. But
we don't know the backstory.
Jordan,
what you got to say, Jordan? Because he give me that
what
look.
you think about that?
Probably one of the reasons why I'm not married right now.
Don't let that be the reason.
Right.
I don't know. It had to be like a lot going on for her to want to take it to that extreme. You know what I'm saying?
Outside of us seeing what she did to him. Yeah. So it also makes me think about the whole Megan and Tory situation. A lot of people were saying that we should give Tory a break because he is a black man in America fighting mental issues. So I kind of compared that to that situation, and it's like, okay, like you said, you never know what the ins and outs were of the relationship. So who's to say that, you know what I'm saying, he might have been running or trying to get away from something that was toxic.
Yeah. That's true.
Because I feel like when it comes to us, when it comes to women, a lot of us have this mentality of like, you don't know what you losing. I was the best you ever had.
Yeah.
But
you gonna come back.
A lot of us.
I think it's double-sided. I think both parties say the same thing.
It is double-sided, but I feel like a lot of
females
us.
say it more.
Yeah, we do. A lot of us can be toxic.
I heard it a lot. I definitely heard
what
it
you
a
said?
lot.
Oh, you came in with the base.
Females
said definitely.
I'm the best you'll ever have. Like, I definitely hear that all the time.
I feel you.
But I don't believe it, though.
Go ahead, Sade.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I didn't get into it with someone on Instagram.
She got into it.
Okay.
But
that's always saying.
should I say his IG?
Go ahead. Why not?
Oh, blast.
Put him out there.
One loyalty is everything said.
Oh,
don't tear another black man down. He needs help and understanding. And I take that as mentally.
Right.
So I responded, But what if she was shot by a cop? Then people will yell, Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Crazy.
True.
Some of us gotta stay woke. Because to me, I don't know what it is about our culture, but we can shoot each other up all day and it's mental health issues. Mm-hmm. But cops, it's like, lock them up, you know. So to me, I'm like, does our culture have a mental issue, or what is it? Like, I don't know. Is it I don't know.
I definitely think it's deeply rooted within our culture that we do have mental issues, and it's harder for us to overcome them. But that's not an excuse.
I was going to say a lot of people might have, outside of Black people, a lot of people have mental issues.
Yeah. Always.
So but like you said, it might be a little bit harder for us to overcome them because of other factors that play into it, as far as oppression and then just things we go through.
Right. I want to answer your question. So you're asking, should we give him a pass when we don't give police a pass?
Yeah, should us as the Black community give each other a pass when we shoot each other or act violent towards each other?
No.
Because to me, I think even as a woman, like, everyone's like, that's a woman at the end of the day. Like, why are you shooting at a woman? But I don't know. I do know that a lot of I think a lot of I don't know, I can't even say a lot of African American men have mental issues, or maybe they need a lot of help. Maybe, you know, I don't know, we should cater to that more than, you know what I'm saying? What is the issue though? Why is it that he even made that comment? Mm-hmm. Does he feel like in his heart that maybe some Black men have issues?
Maybe he has issues, and that's his way of jumping on there and expressing it.
He was probably projecting.
Yes.
He might have been projecting a little bit.
I'm sure he probably is the one who got the issues. Obviously, lately, people who've been jumping in our comments is the one who got the issues.
Right.
So,
but Shade, I don't think either one of them deserve a pass.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
I don't think even
nobody a pass.
Yeah. I don't think either one. I think that if you do the crime, you know, you do the time. Honestly,
I know.
And same for her.
Right. I was going to say we give cops a harder time because your job is, like, we talking about two completely different.
That's another thing too.
Yeah, their job is to protect.
Yeah,
now
so
they killing for no reason.
Yeah.
So
different ball game.
Jump into, we talked about the marriage, and then we touched on Tory and Megan. I honestly don't know if they was dating, but they had some type of relationship.
Yeah.
So I just kind of wanted to point out, a lot of people react because they have been, like, abused in some type of way, form, or fashion. A lot of people do react that type of way because they've put up with so much. So I just wanted to, like, talk about what are some different ways that you can be abused, either mentally, emotionally, and obviously physical is physical. But I really want to talk about, like, the mental and emotional. I guess that kind of go hand in hand. Have y'all ever experienced that, or verbal?
It's more. I think verbal is worse than any of them. That's the thing that most people snap behind is that verbal abuse.
Words.
The words.
Yeah.
Something so tedious and small that you wouldn't think really would hurt somebody is the main thing that hurts everybody.
Words have power. They always tell us, like, sticks and stones break.
Yes.
That is not true.
I was never an advocate for that.
Yeah, no.
I was never an advocate for that.
That's what they used to say, though. But words have all the power in the world, man.
They do.
And, like, I agree with you. I think that, like, verbal abuse is worse than, like, physical. You know what I'm saying? You can talk down to somebody and belittle them until they, like, take their life. You know what I mean? And that's worse than, like, beating them up physically.
See, for me, I experienced verbal abuse. So that was something that tore me down more. I actually rather you hit me for some reason. Because I'm going to fight you back, of course. But them words, even though you say it to me and I feel like I brushed it off, it stick with me. And I'll keep replaying that same thing you said to me. And then my confidence level go down. And then the next person said, no, you're pretty, you're beautiful. Don't let nobody tell you that. But in my mind, I'm like, somebody already told me that. And they keep telling me that. So your one comment, yeah, thank you, but it don't mean nothing to me because somebody didn't kept saying it to
especially
me.
if that person that's kept saying it is the person that you grew to love so much or have a lot of love for.
Exactly.
It hurts more when it's somebody that you care about and you give your all to, versus someone that you barely meeting and you're like, you're beautiful. To me, it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, it sticks with you. Like, I can't.
Like, I tell my daughter every day, all day, she's beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're talented, because I want that to be stuck in her head. Like, don't let nobody come and tell you something different because your mama already telling you.
Right. I like that.
Yeah.
So you can go, please go. What was you about to say?
On that?
Yeah.
Like, so I got, like, a niece. She's not my daughter, but it like made me take that like father role or whatever, and I wasn't really like ready for it. But it made me a man, and it kind of like showed me the importance of, like you say, like telling her like positive things like all the time, because like kids, like they don't really like believe in themselves now. They would rather like watch another kid do something. They'll watch other kids open up and play with toys.
I was just gonna say that on YouTube.
Yeah, it's weird. Like what
weird.
is that?
That's
but
weird to me.
They would rather do that though. So I don't know. I try to like inspire the kids, because like I know I'm an athlete, but I don't want kids to think they got to be like athletes and rappers. I want them to know that they can like do whatever they want to be.
There's other things out there that they can do for sure.
Well, then outside of kids, if you saw your friend or your family or whoever, somebody, and they was being physically, mentally abused in some kind of way, do you help them through the situation, even though they may be rejecting you? Or do you stay? Do you leave?
What's your approach?
Man, I don't know. So it's like, if it's a woman in my family, then my approach is totally different than like if it's a man. Like if I feel like a man crossed the line with a woman, then that's like to the point where like I won't return. Like I just flash out. You know what I mean? Because like we don't necessarily know how to process our emotions when we feel like somebody did something wrong to like a woman that we know. We just feel like we gotta react, and we gotta like take what was taken from them and like make whoever did it feel that same pain. But with like a man, you got to think about like what all like black men going through. Like we getting killed everywhere. Like besides like our might and our strength and our presence, like they don't really think we have much like value, like up here, like intellectual property.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like we constantly like at war, and like we're afraid, but then again like we can't be afraid, because we got like women in our family, and we have to be the man in the family. So it's like a battle.
I was about to say, don't you feel like that's probably an issue within itself?
I think it's like to really point it out, it's like it's two people inside of you. Like it's one person that like always want to be good and just like show love to everybody, but then it's another person that just know like what's going on in life. Like life is real. You could try to be the best person, and something bad could happen to you. Like and have no control over it. So you kind of gotta like find a balance between all of it.
So in our first sequel, we asked, this is a question, I think I know your answer already though, but what was it, kings versus queens versus whatever it was,
Kings
I can't remember.
versus peasants. No, kings. Are you a king or are you a peasant?
Yes. Okay. So we asked the question, do men go through more mental abuse, or do women?
I mean, definitely women. Like it. I can't. I don't know, because I'm a man, so I'm obviously like.
I mean,
biased.
that was my answer, but I wanted to hear from
biased.
yourself.
I'm biased, but
why?
I think men go through more like physical abuse, and then women go through more mental abuse. That's what I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I could see why you would say that.
You know what I'm saying?
I could see why I can't personally say I've witnessed women who like put their hands on men around me, like within my immediate circle, but I hear stories. I know it's real, obviously, and then you have those men that just are so, they believe in what they believe in, and that's to not put your hands on a woman, so they just take
so they
a female will slap you. Exactly.
But a woman feels like it don't really hurt a man because he's bigger, he's a man, he can take it, but at the end of the day, it really does hurt them. Like, and that's their mental, because they think about, they remember that. That's what they remember, that physical that was placed on them.
But I also feel like a lot of men get it. Man, I saw somebody made the comment, it said something amongst the lines of black men won't get loved unless they basically like have money or something of that nature.
Chris Rock.
Was
he
it?
Said women, dogs, and children get loved unconditionally, but a man only get loved based on like what he provides. And it's true. It's sad, but it's true.
That is very true.
It's sad, but it's true.
I feel like that in itself, a lot of women, that's where a woman can be like verbally abusive to a man.
Absolutely.
Or emotional.
Well, back to kind of what Crystal was saying from the first sequel. Like, she thought more women. I thought more men. I just feel like men hide it more. They hold it in more.
We have to.
And so you really don't know the mental capacity of what a man is really going to until they snap.
Why do you feel like y'all have to?
Why do we have to hold it in?
Yeah.
Because like, so it's really like. So women, we feel this pressure from women. I guess I can only speak for myself, but it's like, okay, if a woman see you and she kind of feel like you kind of like struggling or you don't got your stuff together, then it's like she don't necessarily want to be with you right then and there. But when you got it going, when you got it, everything rolling, and it's like, all right, she cool, she there. But like when it's hard, like not all. I can't speak for all women, but like some women, like they don't kind of want to go through their rough patch. to get to the other side. So that mess with your mental.
Yeah.
Like that messes with your mental.
I've been through that.
I could see
personally.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The one struggling and kind of. So I feel you.
Yeah.
I get it.
She was there.
I get it.
What you gonna say, Sarah?
No, I was just gonna say that I've been seeing too lately that the men who are established and have things that they mentally are messed up too because of that. Mm-hmm. Now they're established, they don't really know what this woman really wants.
They feel like everybody's coming their
everybody's
way.
coming their way. So now they're like, shoot, do you really want me for me, or you just want me for my check, or what I bring to the table?
Right, and we don't know. How do we know?
Right. Going back to my question about the friend.
Okay.
If you seeing your friend go through this, and say you put yourself in their relationship or whatever the case may be, you take it serious.
Okay.
Their relationship is serious to you.
Right.
Do you let go of that friend, or do you stay and try to amend their friendship, even though you know that they're getting abused, male or female?
Oh, that's tough. I think you just gotta love from a distance, because like you can get in the crossfire of something that's going on with somebody else and like hurt yourself. Just trying to go out there. So I think you just gotta love from a distance.
Yeah, trying to protect
try
them.
To get in people's business.
That happened to me too.
Like, nah, that's like trying to break up a fight. Like you gonna get hit. Like so.
Do you jump in or do you not?
Yeah,
like,
I think you. I think if you feel like that they're supposed to be together and like they really have something special, then maybe you kind of get in their business a little bit. If you know both of them.
Well, is it a pass if they're married?
I feel like if you know them both, like if you know them close, like brother and sister,
and you're not like biased towards one,
and you're not biased towards one, but other than that, like nah.
Because I mean, from my experience, a lot of people tend to, well, they're married, they're gonna fight through it. They're married, they gotta go through that. They're married, that's why they gotta fight and stick through that situation.
I don't feel like
I don't think that.
I feel like there's this rhetoric where women have to. I kind of took it off of marriage and brought it back to just the women's side.
Go ahead.
But women have to put up with all of this bullshit from a man as he grows up and goes through this and this and that, go through his whole phase and all of this stuff, that they define that as like loyalty. Like that's expected.
Yes.
And I don't feel like that's true. Like I feel like there are some men out there that are like going to literally worship the ground that you walk on.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't have to be as toxic like that.
Mm-hmm. Because the man, honestly, men know. They know when they have a ride or die. They know when it's somebody that they want to be with. So it's up to you. Us women, we get lost in the what ifs when it comes to a man, and that's how we mentally start to mess up ourselves. We mentally and verbally start to mess with our own self and abuse our own self for jumping into something that we already knew when that red flag was there not to get involved in. So sometimes we gotta, as women too, or even men, have to take accountability for the abuse that we cause on our own self.
Abuse that we cause on our own self.
Self-reflect as far as, yes, we can be abusive to ourselves verbally, mentally. The things that we think, things that we say to each other.
I'm glad you said that, because I was on the phone with this guy one time. He's a really good friend of mine, somebody that we tried to start talking, but I decided to be friends. And I was just saying stuff, and he was like, "You so mean to yourself." I was like, "What?" And he was like, "No." At first he says, "You so mean," and I was like, "What you talking about? I ain't even talking about it. I'm talking about myself." He was like, "You so mean to yourself. Like you talk so mean to myself." And then I thought about it, and I was like, "Damn! All I said was I'm slow as hell." I think I probably said some more shit, but I'm glad that you said that, because you just made me think about what he said, and that is true. But like we said, words can.
Yeah.
Would you say that came from somebody else telling you those same words and they just stuck with you? So you just started saying it to yourself because you start believing in those words?
Most of the time, that's where it come from.
Probably so. I'm not gonna say the name, but when I was younger, somebody used to call me like Dumb Dora, like on some funny shit, but it was real but like when I was just a big girl, just Dumb Dora. And then another individual used to tell me, "Honey, you so smart, you dumb. You so smart, you dumb." And like
that's saying.
And like
I get what you saying.
Now that you're saying that, I'm like, okay, in my head, no, I'm just saying it because I know sometimes like I do be forgetting shit. I do be fucking up. But subconsciously, like for all I know, that shit probably stuck with me for so long, and it's like I may not say it, but in the back of my head, you know what I'm saying?
You think
like
it,
girl,
it replays.
You slow as
hell. So going off what you said,
shit.
I don't necessarily think it's you being hard on yourself. I think that others have controlled your mindset for you to be hard on yourself.
And you don't know how to actually
control it back.
Control it back and understand what's happening.
Yes.
Right.
I can see that. I definitely can see that.
It's like being
No, you're good.
I don't know what that means.
She clapping.
Oh no, she's clapping.
Like poetry.
Yeah. But I was gonna say it's like being an athlete. Like you got a good coach and you got a bad coach. You got a coach that's gonna make you feel bad, and then you meet a coach that make you feel good, and you're like, all right, well, not all coaches bad, but like this one dude just keep giving me negative reinforcement, and this other dude just keep telling me good shit, bringing me up, picking me up.
It down. Yeah.
It's like when your friends roast you. Like it's funny. But
deep
like
down.
my granddaddy always said, he said the evolution of all truth can be told in the form of a joke.
No,
so
for
like,
real.
That's
people
true.
joking with you, they really talking to you, but they trying not to hurt your feelings, but tell you something for real.
Well, can you say that one more time?
What?
People
What your
joking.
papa said.
The evolution of all truth can be told in the form of a joke. That's why I
write that
love
down.
comedians, because comedians tell you the truth.
They do.
But they make it soft because
It's
they
a
make
joke.
you laugh.
So you can actually hear it
And you don't think about it like
think
that.
about
And
it
you don't
later.
receive
Yeah.
it from a defensive point. You just like, he right. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I
I
like
like that. I gotta remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
Take notes.
For real, I gotta put that in the back of my head. 'Cause it's true.
Yeah, man.
It's very true.
Probably gonna text you later and say,
Shocked.
hey, what was that?
One more time. I need it in writing.
Right.
Yeah. I gotta
Yep.
put that on a sticky note. Put that on a mirror.
So, just to ask a quick question though, if you have a friend who's been a victim of sexual abuse,
Ooh.
and you know for a fact that their trauma is the reason behind their promiscuity. What is it?
Promiscuity.
I can't say it.
Promiscuity.
Oh,
Promiscuity.
Sorry, I wasn't
it's a new
reading
one.
it.
I
It's
know
on the next screen.
promiscuous, but I don't know
Promiscuity.
Sorry. Anywho,
Chocolate man.
how do you realize it?
Remember when Webby was trying to say
He said, "Dang, I got some things on here." Okay, that was This is why.
My bad.
that
I
was
couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
You're good, Sarah. Go ahead. How do you help?
Okay.
How do you help? How do you help them realize it or get it through versus downplaying the situation or saying, "Oh, she's just like that because she's been through it. She's been through because of what she's been through." Yeah. I mean, you know, when it comes to that, I think sometimes we're afraid to hurt the people we love's feelings. And so instead of, even when we're stating it to them, what we state to them, we tend to state to others. Even though that's not what we believe, but we really don't want to hurt them. So it comes off as something natural that is continuous on whoever you state it to. But I think sometimes you just got to start being real honest with that person and think about their feelings later, because you got to think about their life first. That's just my opinion.
That's tough.
So
That's
You see my face.
Huh?
You see my face.
Because
Everybody know a hoe.
Yeah.
You know,
it's hard, but that's what.
but to put the question in short, if
question-
you have a friend, what you say today, who is you get around, and you know that she probably get around because she was sexually abused.
Okay.
Yeah, well, at some point in time in her life, and instead of just saying, "Oh, that's how she is because of what happened to you," look the other way. How do you address it?
I think people just handicap it by saying that, but like Sarah said, you got to confront the situation and talk to if that's a real friend, you're going to tell her about herself, and either she going to respect it or not, but either way, you doing your part by being open with her and discussing to her like, hey, this is what you're doing because of this. I just want to put light to it because maybe nobody else is telling her that.
Yeah.
And everybody else just talking behind her back
Or
instead of
sweeping
just
it
saying
under the
it.
rug, or making a joke, or like instead of just being
Confronting the
straight up-
situation.
Yeah, like I think a lot of times that's what happens. We don't be truthful, direct with them, and sometimes a lot of people need direct. They need someone to be direct with them. Mm-hmm. If not, it's gonna turn into something else. Go ahead.
I was doing that, so I didn't forget. First, I want to say, can we normalize, when it comes to sexual abuse, can we normalize believing and accepting the truth when people come out about things like that? Because I feel like,
Get it out.
I don't know, like sexual abuse is so like,
Sensitive?
yeah, because not only is it physical, it's going to tear you down mentally, it's going to tear you down emotionally. Like it has so many different outlets, you know what I'm saying, in different ways that you would express that hurt that you're holding on to. But I mean, y'all are right. You're absolutely right. Confronting it for what it is. But I'm also thinking about, okay,
Maybe she hasn't grieved through it.
That's what I was going to say.
Maybe she hasn't had the right person to say, here's my shoulder. Here's a pillow. We're going to lay here together and let's go through this together. Let's face it. Let's accept that it happened and let's try to conquer it and go through it.
It's also the timing behind it and the approach. You can be direct with somebody and not hurt them to where they take it the wrong way. You got to time it right, and you got to have the right approach with that person in order for it to take effect, so they know it's more genuine from you.
What if they don't feel like that's why they doing it? What if they like, what if they...
I think some of it like daddy issues too sometimes.
Yeah. A lot of it is daddy issues.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, instead of even just the women's side, let's think about the men's side. Men, too.
Oh, I have personally met a few, I've met quite a few men who tell me stories about them having sex with older women when they were young. And when they be telling me, I'm like, bro, you was molested. And they just be like it ain't nothing.
Like it ain't nothing.
It's normal.
Yeah.
And that kind of fucked my head up because...
Oh, I know you was gonna look at me.
That really messed my head up.
Let's see. I mean, it basically had the same effect on men. So it makes a man like want to be like a womanizer.
You can't tell a man that though. Can you
That's
tell
what
a
I
man
was
that? Can you
telling
sit a
what?
man face and be like, bro, do you like this because of what happened to you?
Hold on, wait.
I think they would just what's up?
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
I feel like they wouldn't accept that way.
Because it's something that's like for a man, it's probably like, bro, why would I say that? Like, why would I come out and say that? Like, why wouldn't I just keep that on?
But
like, why would I just come out and just say that? For a man, like men amongst men,
yeah.
Like, why would we?
Is it a pride?
Huh?
Is it a pride issue?
Yeah, it probably make you kind of seem soft or something like that.
But the thing is, I think
the mic.
He said
everything's a pride issue with men.
Yeah, it's my boy Big Ed, man. He's on there too.
I agree.
I just think too that women it can't just be women that hold men accountable. It has to be a man that holds a man accountable.
Right.
And I think there's a lot of times where, bro, all right, it ain't that, like, it's just swept under instead of being direct with your homie or being direct with your brother and like, hey, that ain't cool. Like, you cheated on your wife. You need to go back home and fix it. Instead, all right, let's go out to, you cheated, let's go, you know.
But that's the difference between, like, somebody that's really your friend and somebody that's not. Like,
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what
What you gonna say? Go ahead.
I know what he over there saying. Man. I already know what he on.
You know what I'm on, but I was just saying, you know it's real when you got that one. You know it's real when you got that one genuine person that's locked in. Like, you know who your real homie is.
Yeah.
Especially if you telling them
Everything.
Hey, I love her.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to go, but nah, man, forget that, man. Let's man, we're gonna get some more. And that's how you know he didn't fuck with your relationship in the first place.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah.
I'm 28 now. JT, what you 27?
27.
Okay, let's say when we was 22, 21, 19, dumb in the motherfucker.
Savage.
You know what I'm saying? Thought we was smart.
Yeah.
Still got more growing to do right now.
Yeah.
Always.
But you find them friends like my new little circle.
Yeah.
Like my people I'm with now, they gonna hold me accountable.
Yeah, okay.
That's
You
a
know
true
what I'm saying?
brotherhood then.
That's
Yeah.
that's what
JT
that
gonna
is.
hold me accountable. I'm gonna hold him accountable. Our other homies, we gonna hold them accountable.
That's real.
But we've had homies in the past
Who didn't do it?
that
So how do you confront those homies?
That's what I was. Good. No, you good. Just
Come on.
How did you
The
weed out
confronta-
the ones that wasn't right?
the confrontation with the homies occurred, and if no change occurred after that occurrence, move around.
That's what's up.
You got to move around.
Come on with it. That's what's up.
I say it louder for the people in the back.
Inside
Come on, man.
outside of checking, your surroundings and doing like what is it called?
Huh?
What is it called?
Outside of checking your surroundings and doing
Yeah,
a
like-
self-check.
Self-checking, like, at the end of the year, maybe somebody
A
New Year's
cleanse.
resolution.
Resolution.
It's weeding out. Okay, no, they for me. They not for me. They for me. They for me. They not for me. Outside of doing that, and just other things that you would do to maintain your sanity at the end of the day. You say you have to hold them accountable, but you also there has to be some type of
Accountability.
Self-accountability.
Right.
Because I feel like sometimes... Yeah, I got where you're going. I feel like a lot of people play, and I was once upon a time like this too. A lot of us play the blame game. Yes. Like it's a lot of, like we said, she's like this because of what happened to her. And backdoor, what you said, it might do like might be like a watered down type of thing. But I can honestly say, like for myself, for a long time, it was a blame game. Like it was I'm like this because this what happened to me. Yeah. My daddy didn't do this, or my daddy might have said this to me one time, or he did this, he did that. A boyfriend, my ex, like, and then one day, like I don't know, like I just woke up on some shit and I was like, let me go open the blinds.
Let me
go open the blinds. And I was really like, I really just sat there and I was like, nah. Like I remember when I was younger, my daddy used to always tell me, honey, if you had a bad day, it's because you let yourself have a bad day.
Yeah.
And when I was younger, I didn't really understand that. I think I said that before. I really didn't. I was like, nah, I had a bad day because so-and-so did this,
somebody
and so-and-so did that.
Yeah.
But I'm reading this book about gratitude. And basically it says that when you're grateful for things, gratitude can help you put life into perspective so that you don't make temporary circumstances like a long-term feeling, because literally everything we feel is just temporary.
It's so funny you say that though. I'm definitely in agreement, just because when I was having to go see a psychiatrist or whatnot, yes, I had to go see one.
I applaud you for
so
that.
when I was seeing one,
this table, girl.
the first thing she told me, she's like, you got homework. I said, homework?
Yeah,
like, she's
grown
like,
ass woman.
Yeah. So I'm over here like, homework. Now, mind you, I was like I was not in my right mind. So I had sweats on. I was like chilling like this. Like I didn't care. My hair was all over the place. And she was like, your homework is before you come back, she said, you better come back in here with some clothes on. She said, dress up. She said, when you go home, you wake up, every morning you take a shower, you open up all your blinds. You go and step outside of your house. She was like, that right there will have an effect on your life and make you have a better day versus a drowny day.
Can we say
Yes.
I'm sorry. Can we say the word that we talking about? Because it's something that we talking about. We just ain't said it. Depression.
Yeah. So, but she was just more so like, that's something you have to do. And that mentally, it stuck with me. Like, to this day, it stuck with me. And that's what helps me overcome. Like, nah, everybody, blinds is open. Y'all more free now than I ever been, okay? Like, I don't like the dark anymore because I know that can affect my day.
I have a question. There was this podcast. I'm not gonna say their names. But he is a son of a ex-NFL player, and he has a podcast as well. And on his podcast, he asked the question: is depression a choice? Do you choose to be depressed?
I think you do. And it's like how we was talking about earlier. Like we use it as a reason to justify like doing bullshit. It's like, I'm depressed. You know what I mean? So I think it really is a choice.
I think once you recognize it, it's a choice.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I think some people don't even know or realize they're in a depression. But once they realize it, it's your choice to fix it.
Right. Agreed. When I was in a depression, I didn't think that it was honestly, I think when I saw seeing my therapist like she did, and we had our homework to do, assignments and stuff like that, same situation, dress up, change your clothes, walk outside, all that good stuff. It was up to me when I got home to do that homework. So did I really want to get out of that depression? Then I needed to follow what she was saying. If I did it, then it became a choice. Oh, you want to stay like that. Right. You're choosing to stay like that. Right. You're making excuses for yourself because you want to stay that way. You want the attention that everybody's giving you because you're acting like this.
And that's when you turn into being a victim.
Yes.
You made yourself like I said, I used to play a lot of blame games. I've never seen a therapist. They were my therapist because I got the idea from the blinds, from what you told me. And my sister was the one that told me, Shan, you're depressed.
You got a dark cloud around you.
Yeah, she was like, you just.
And Shan was like,
yeah. She was like,
I was like, yes, she did.
One day I came in the kitchen, she was like, I just see it. Like, and I was like, all right.
I gave her a stank face, y'all.
She did.
Sorry.
And then shortly after that, like I said, because I think we moved out of our apartment. And then I ended up moving in with my dad, and then one day, like, it just hit me.
Yeah.
And I chose to be conscious about my thoughts.
Yeah.
And from that day on, I won't even sit here and say, like, I'm still working on it.
So is it safe to say that depression is a mental issue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think so.
I definitely believe that is.
Because you mental, like, it's literally like mind games.
But you gotta know. So it's like, you got mental health, and mental health is just like knowing and understanding that you like got a problem. And then like mental illness is like you can't do nothing about it. Like you actually need to take drugs and stuff like that. Like it's chemically in your brain. Like there's nothing you can do about it. So it's like different. Like most people think they're the same, but like they're not the same.
So that's why you said mental health is a choice and mental illness is not because it's in you.
Mental illness is not a choice. Like
so that's like mental illness. That's like people who literally might have a hard time being happy. It's
so many different like diagnoses to it. Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
I read Charlamagne book, and it explains Shook Ones, Charlamagne the God. It's a real
so I gotta
book.
text you about what your papa said, and then I
just
gotta text you about
we can rap
Charlamagne
afterwards,
book.
though.
Okay. All right. That definitely will do.
Man, you got me over here like it's deep because I didn't really know the difference between mental illness and
I never thought about it.
Nobody does because we don't normalize talking about stuff like that. We say like somebody crazy if they want to talk about stuff like that.
Well, so okay, what was you gonna say?
I think it's changing.
We was probably gonna say the same thing.
I think we all gonna say the same thing.
I think it's changing
because
go ahead.
We got a part 2.
Right.
I was gonna ask.
Okay,
go ahead.
Mind.
You can end it with that. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So I know we on a time crunch, y'all. So sorry, but you have a podcast right now, correct? Your podcast is over what?
Mental health.
Okay, so can you give us a few key points and education for the ones who are going through mental issues right now?
Mental issue. I would say like, so my thing right now is like there's victory in your story, but like you gotta like keep on living because if you think about like. I always think of myself as like a late bloomer. Like everything, like I got all these ambition and these dreams and this vision, but it's not gonna happen on the timing that I want it to happen.
Right.
So like if you look at your present situation and it's not where you want to be, then you're gonna get depressed. But if you take like little small victories, like just even me coming on here today, like I was hyped. Like I was hype about it. I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just like you gotta take the small victories and just let those take you to where you want to go. But if you're always looking at the big picture, then like you're gonna be depressed or you're gonna get down on yourself. So like there's victory in your story, but you just gotta keep living. You know what I'm saying?
So,
preaching in there?
What I was gonna say.
What's up?
So today we was reading in between the lines, talking about
a lot of lines.
Yeah, different type of toxic or abusive situations.
Right.
So we have a part 2.
Okay.
Jordan, you free next week?
It's this week. It's Thursday.
Because we definitely want to like pick your brain some more. And I feel like this next episode, it's really going to be like, you don't got to answer on camera.
I got some questions for you. I have a question. I can't even get it out.
Going on Thursday though.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, we need you to come back in here. And it's great to have a male's perspective too, which is what we need as especially for this subject. This subject is too strong not to have that male's perspective.
We'll give y'all a little teaser. So next week,
Thursday.
It's about self.
Self, all right.
Yes, self.
And what is it called? What's the?
That's enough. Just teaser.
Okay, because I was trying to look for it.
I like said we can say it.
Self, but
but okay.
Yeah.
Y'all, as always, it's always a pleasure of having y'all. We enjoyed you.
Yes.
We had fun. You came in here looking like Orange Suave. Okay. You know what I mean? You was in my mind when you saw me put this on, but that's cool. Playing with my mental.
Y'all was definitely on the same equilibrium wave.
Same wavelength for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But it was a pleasure.
Yes, we truly appreciate it. And we appreciate you coming back on Thursday. He coming
Thursday.
But as always, guys, love you.
Bye,
see y'all next week.
Hey, the lipstick Ben.
Over and out.